What's going on, guys? Throws on the block back again. We're in the garage working on the Dodge. So I got this 1980 model Dodge pickup truck, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys something right quick. This tape that's on this window, that tape right there from Amazon. See how it's peeling off the window over there? It's peeled off over here. And if you look down here, it's all bubbly. The tape is just... It only sticks to paper. I'll put it that way. It sticks to rubber for a little bit, but it comes loose. And I just would not recommend it unless you are literally going to tape it and paint it within an hour. I just wouldn't recommend the tape. Talked about it before. It's junk. I'm on my last roll. I'm trying to get rid of this stuff. I've got other stuff here, but anyway, so I got to retape that back window. No big deal. I'm going to scuff around the back side of the cab. Just getting you guys an update on what's going on here. Got the bed on the bed lift. If you hadn't seen the video, I'm sorry. I've got the bed on the bed sled. If you hadn't seen the video on the bed sled, I'll put a link at the top of the screen for you. Now, this is an old hay wagon, and basically I just added a couple 4x4 posts, some 2x8s, and then I can haul parts on it, like big parts, big heavy parts that I need to move around in and out of the shop. Because this is all terrain, it works excellent. I can use it on concrete, use it out in the field, use it around the property. Definitely handy to have. So where we're at, I've been doing some body work, as you can see, on the bedsides. Got a little bit more filler work to do in this section here, and I got to block this back section down back there, finish working up the shape of the bottom side and this. And these bedsides were welded on here before I got the truck, and I ended up having to go back after doing some dolly work at the top and re-weld some areas you can see down this side here where I've been welding along the top of the truck to re-weld where the bedsides had separated. Now we're going to go over here to the passenger side of the bed. This is the driver's side, and just to give you guys an idea, looking down through there, this was the weld that was here when I received the truck. And I'm going to grind all this down and go through, and where the weld's not complete on one side or both sides, we're missing. You can see there, there. I go through and weld all the way down through. Now I'm using my flux core welder. I do have a tank of gas, but I think I've got a few spools of flux core wire left, so I'm trying to use the rest of that before I convert it over. I'm gonna go ahead and finish welding up this bedside, because as I mentioned, when I was doing some dolly work, the bedside was coming loose, and then this side just got gaps all over it. So instead of just throwing fiberglass and filler over top of that, we're going to go through and grind or clean up this metal, re-weld all the gaps. I'm actually going to apply quite a bit of heat because I need to get through the old welding. This kind of just, it's really bunched up on the surface. It's the best way I can describe it. It didn't make contact with the new metal and the existing metal in some areas, and that's why I'm going through to fix this. If I don't fix it, I could probably throw fiberglass on there and just hide it, but there's always a chance that it'll come back to bite me, and I really just don't want to do that. So we'll go through, clean it up, re-weld it, make sure it's solid. Then we'll apply a little bit of filler just to smooth out the wrinkles and line up this bed edge, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get the welder going again, get the grinder, clean it up, and continue making some progress on this Dodge. several minutes of grinding, this is the result. I went ahead and got the strip tool out and pulled the rest of the paint and rust, etc. off the top of these rails. So I've got them stripped all the way down. And yes, they are not beautifully straight. This is pretty straight here. This is just what I was given to work with. I did go back and re-weld all this up. There's some pinholes, but we'll take care of that with a little bit of glass. And this is the result on this side. You can see it's much better than it was. All those areas that were separating are all welded up now. There's already some small holes through there, but we'll put a little bit of fiberglass filler down through there, and then we will take that down with a block and then go back with some body filler in the small areas that need it for those top rails. I'm not 100% sure how these Dodges are from the factory. These rails have been beat up a lot. I'm assuming they're kind of flat, but they taper from the inside to the outside, so that's what I'm going to go with. Should look good when it's done. So just give you guys a little peek of how far we got and what we're going to jump onto next. Now, I have noticed that this bed's got welds like here, which I think that's factory because the same weld is over here, unless this bed was re-welded sometime in its past life, but that looks like original paint, so I'm not going to mess with those. I did weld up the holes where the toolbox was at. There's one here, one down in there, and same thing on the other side. So get everything as flat as we possibly can. And clean us back at the garage too at some point, but focus is right here, right now. Then we'll go ahead and strip we'll prep the front of this, get it ready, and then, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to get some glass up in these areas, and then we'll get the top block down and move on from there.